Mr. Surfacer is the commonly used primer slash surfacer in the Gunpla community, and it comes with a different colors. Which one should you use? For those who doesn't know, surfacer is different to primer. So I don't really have a primer right here, but I will explain to you the difference. Primer is used to make the surface have a uniform color. So for example, the mobile haro over here, the reason why you want a uniform color when you're painting is, for example, when you paint this mobile haro all red, and you paint red over white, and you paint red over blue, there will be different kind of reds as a result. So if these parts have the same color, when you paint red over it, it will have the same red on all parts of it. Another purpose of the primer is it makes the surface easier for the paint to adhere to. So for example, if you want to paint on this part, it will be easily removed when you scratch over it or when you mask over it. Meanwhile, these surfacers is used to make the surface smooth. This comes with the small particles that fill the holes, gaps, or scratches. Why did I say this is commonly used as a primer or surfacer? Because this serves the purpose of the primer as well. It makes the surface have uniform color, and it makes a surface that paints can easily stick to. This thing is actually great. It's dual purpose. Now, why does it come with the different colors? You have black, you have pink, you have mahogany, like a brownish color, you have gray, and you have white. Let me explain this by demonstrating the method of painting I learned long time ago. So basically, the common color of the primer is just gray. The method of painting before is either you just prime and then paint over the primer. If you are satisfied with that, good for you. But if you want a different result, for example, if you want a lighter color, you might want a white base paint first, and then you put the top paint over it. Because believe it or not, the base color matters. Like I said earlier, painting over white will have a different result in painting over a different color like blue or black. So basically, the purpose of having different surfacer colors is to make the surfacer your base color. For example, this, you have a primer or surfacer already and you have a base color of pink. Instead of using the gray primer plus a base color plus the top color, you can just use the white primer plus the base color, and then that's it. That saves you time, paint, and money. Well, it doesn't really save you money if you buy all of these. So if you're in a budget and you might just want to get like one or two of these, which I recommend, you might be interested in what paint will look like over this type of primers. So I will demonstrate it by painting this limited edition MGs, the MG spoon. I managed to snag in some of these limited edition spoons. So these things are kind of see-through, hence limited edition. So the variety of paints I'm gonna try on these prime spoons are Sasabi Red, my favorite red color as of now. I have here the Gundam Color MS White, Mr. Color Orange Yellow, not yellow orange, it's called orange yellow, as you can see. I have also metallic paint. This will be interesting to test on different kind of primers. This is the UNTMS Gray. This is what I use on the gun of Casville's Gundam. And lastly, I will try it on the Crystal Color Moonstone Pearl. Before we get into it, these paints are not tinned yet. These are not straight out of the bottle ready to paint. What I usually do is put them in the PET bottles like this. So I have here a sample of the Surfacer White. I have this tinned already. This is just not mixed really well, but it will be looking like that when you mix it. So yeah, I will thin some of this and then we'll get into painting the spoons back and forth with a different color so I can save some spoons, and I will talk to you later. Let's talk about the result. The Gundam color Sasabi Red. Which one do you prefer? Red over white is what I use on my high grade Jinx. Red over pink is the best in my opinion though. If I remember correctly, pink primers are made to make painting yellow, red, and orange colors easier. As you can see on the next 3 primers, the darker the base color, the harder it is to cover it with paint. You can also look at the red on the gray primer. It is not too vibrant and too dark, and that is why the gray is the commonly used color for the primer. Moving on to the Mr. Color Orange Yellow. This is so far the hardest color to paint in my opinion. As you can see, I did a bad job on spraying it. Bright colors look good on white and pink. I tried painting yellow on black before, and this exactly is what I got. I'm sure you need a lot of coats of yellow to get the correct color over dark base paints. You can also notice that darker white is the result for the darker base primers. If you want to paint this color easier, do it over the brighter base color. It's the same with painting yellow. You need more coats to get the right color. Another thing to notice here is that when you paint over black, you can always notice that the surface reflects more light. Moving on to the Moonstone Pearl, the crystal color. This is a clear paint with small silver pigments. You can barely see it over white or pink colors. When you use it on gray though, it turns into like silver metallic paint. Over brown and black, you can see the pigments, and you can also notice the difference a base color can make. Black base color is always the best I've ever seen with these crystal colors. Next is the metallic UNT MS Gray. It is a bad choice to use this color for this demonstration. As you can see, there's not much difference. However, I would really recommend using black base for painting metallic. But yeah, you can see the difference it makes in the comparison. Just as I said earlier, black base paints reflect more light, and that is why I recommend it for painting metallics. Although gloss black works way better than this regular black. Now that you saw what paint looks like over different base colors of these primers, you decide which one should you get. Let me help you with that. If you can only get one of these, I recommend getting the gray primer. As I said before, colors over it doesn't look too vibrant or too dark. Is neutral the right word for it? You can also control the brightness or darkness of the color by painting a base paint on it. If you're just a beginner, this can get you going, and this is the best primer you can get. If you like painting vibrant and bright colors, white and pink primers is your go-to. However, this is optional. It's not necessary to have these primers, but it's always handy to have them. I also recommend black primers if you like painting candy, metallics, and other special paints like color shifting and crystal paints. However, as I said earlier, gloss black is preferred for those special paints, so you need to think if you will be satisfied with the black you can get with that surfacer. Lastly, the brown. Bro, it's really hard to recommend this. You can see the paints I tested on this doesn't really look good. It's my first time using this too, and I don't really know why it exists. If I were to guess though, maybe it's for hairspray paint chipping or something like that. But if you're a beginner it's hard to paint with just this primer. That's it for the video everyone. I hope you learned something today. If you like more videos like this, let me know in the comments or click the like button. Anyways, thanks for watching and see you guys next time.